When I speak to actuarial science students as they start their degree program, I often ask them, why are you doing actuarial science, which is quite a challenging subject to study? And often the answer would be around, well, I like mathematics, and my mother said you can make a lot of money being an actuary. After the students go through the process of articulating their impact statements, they come up with statements like, I am a math lover, and my purpose is to use my mastery for math to reduce complexity for others when they need it the most. This way of expressing the superpower and the purpose is much more inspiring, much more encouraging, and actually it's more motivating to the students themselves, particularly when things become challenging. It's very important for us to have a sense of purpose, to articulate it clearly, and to put it into a statement. This is not only important for us as individuals, but even organizations, when they are able to articulate truly their sense of purpose and impact and their superpower, they will be able to inspire their staff, their customers, and also other stakeholders. This is truly an age of purpose, particularly as artificial intelligence and other disruptive technology continue to change the world we live in. As human beings, we bring to any endeavor that we undertake, including our work, three types of capabilities. I call them the three labors. The first one is our physical labor, which is our ability to manipulate and move things using our muscular strength. The other one is our cognitive labor, which is our ability to remember things, to think and optimize, and also our ability to think critically and create things in a creative manner. And the third labor is our emotional labor, which is our ability to have self-awareness, being aware of others, being able to build trust, and have a sense of purpose. Whatever we do, we will need all these three labors. We'll need them with different proportions, but we need all of them nonetheless. Our journey as human species has always been about trying to replace ourselves in these three types of labors with some other form of technology or even animal power. So since the invention of the wheel, circa 3500 BC, we have been on this journey of trying to replace ourselves. And for a very, very long time, the only labor that we were able to replace ourselves in was the physical labor. So we made tools, we domesticated animals, and we tried to always find some other way to replace us so that we don't have to do the challenging, dangerous, and difficult things that we needed to do. And this continued for quite a bit of time. And the epic of our replacement in the physical domain happened during the first industrial revolution. And when the steam engine was perfected by James Watt in the 1800s, we were able to actually build machines that become stronger and faster than us in the physical domain. And that was the time where people thought that the real value that the human being brings to the fore is our cognitive capability. That's when many of the jobs that we used to do moved from the physical domain to the cognitive domain. And people started to be able to get better jobs and be better paid based on their cognitive capability, based on their ability to think, to reason, to be good in mathematics and management and things like that. Of course, our machines kept on improving, and we started making machines that were able to do some of the cognitive tasks that we were able to do, starting from the mechanical calculator and moving towards the computers that in 1997 were able to beat even the best human being at chess, Garry Kasparov, who was the reigning human champion in chess, the machines were able to beat him. So that was a moment where we thought maybe what we need to focus on is not necessarily just the cognitive capabilities, but also our emotional labor and emotional capabilities. Of course, in November of 2022, ChatGPT was released. And that was the time where there was a realization that many of the cognitive capabilities and the cognitive skills that we have are going to be replaced to an extent by the computer. So many of the jobs that lawyers do in their research, doctors do in their diagnosis, engineers do in their calculations can now be done relatively quickly, easily, and cheaply by AI, ChatGPT, Copilot, and other forms of AI. So what is the value that a human being can bring? What is the value only a human can deliver? I believe these are the values that are concentrated in the emotional labor domain. These are the capabilities and the skills that machines, at least for now, are not capable of doing. The ability to look someone in the eyes and then build trust with them, the ability of having a shared sense of purpose, the ability of building mutual trust and confidence. And these are the things that we all need to focus on. These are the things that our education should focus on. These are the things that our leadership should be focusing on. And all of that start by having a sense of personal purpose. So I do believe that education and leadership should focus on helping individuals and organizations and groups to find and articulate that sense of purpose and put it in clear statements that I call impact statements.